has to be there has to be a market operator carved out of it. NTDC itself is, in my humble opinion, a very inefficient organization. They don't even know how to efficiently roll out projects and implement those, hence resulting in horrible transmission constraints that are actually bogging down the efficiency of the sector and taking the price structure much higher than what it should be. There is need for pre-privatization intervention in the form of policy and regulatory framework that needs to be immediately put in place for us to invest into, for us to divest our interest in the inefficient distribution sector. We have already almost finalized for the first time in Pakistan's history one of the most transparent processes of identifying A-class members on the board of directors of all distribution companies. You should be seeing those names appear very soon in the market, and I'm sure there would be a lot of confidence that the sector would start feeling once you see the board members. I'm actually wanting to completely, to a great extent, alienate the power division from the running of the distribution companies. No interference whatsoever. The boards need to be autonomous, like they were at the time of PTCL, when we had deregulated the sector in the early years of the Musharraf rule. We had not only taken our hands off the board, but we had also ensured a very good, efficient, deregulated market at that time. Wanting to do the same in this sector, there has to be efficiency coming into power consumption itself. The curve, the off-season and the in-season curve is way too much. We actually design ourselves for peak requirements, and then we end up in capacities that are not required the rest of the year. There has to be tariff rationalization, and I'm very fortunate to have inherited a very, hopefully a very good proposal that my predecessor, Mr. Ali, had already authored for us. So we're looking at that very seriously. Might be implemented very soon. Then we have the tariff restructuring. The industry just cannot. I did mention this to delegation of the Pakistan Business Council this morning, that the industry cannot afford to be cross-subsidizing the poorest of the poor consumers. The government needs to be bold enough to accept that this is a social protection program and it needs to be financed that way. You can't hamper the growth of industry and the export sector, which in turn is going to earn you a lot of foreign exchange and get you jobs to be created. We can't hamper the growth of that sector just because they need to be cross-subsidizing the others. I think programs like the Benazir Income Support Program and other provincial social protection programs, it's high time that the provinces and the federation both need to take the bill for that. Just the way when the taxes are recovered in our country and are collected, what does an electricity bill have to do with collection of taxes that the FBR is supposed to be making?
मुख्तलिफ शोबों में